Steven back with another video here on Live Study Hacks. I know us teenagers and many people in society have lost social connection. The idea of talking to people feels just so awkward. It's almost impossible to do that on a day-to-day basis. Why do we have to talk? Instead, we can text on our phones, we can talk on Insta or Snap. The emergence of social media and the internet is also a big factor in pulling us, making us miss out on vital day-to-day interactions. We also have COVID to blame for this mess. As teens, we are peer pressured and often are afraid of what other people are going to do, judge us behind our backs, and make their own opinions about us. This is a real problem in the teenage community and almost in everyone's life, and we must do something to fix this. The tips that we're going to talk about today can be applied to discussions, interviews, and many more. So you can, at the end of the day, get what you want from people to grab people's attention, but in a way that both sides can benefit, whether it may be in group projects, class discussions, or everyday conversations. You can get what you want by applying these tips. So please buckle up, as I'm going to give you some important advice on how you can be more social around people and feel like you have control and have that power, confident, and radiant personality so that you can stand out and master the idea of being confident and loving to those around you. But before we start, please make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. You guys are like the best, and I really want to thank you truly from the bottom of my heart for all your love and all your support. And we just donated $50 to the charity of children of incarcerated parents, and so thank you so much for your support. So without further ado, let's get started and talk about how you guys can master the art of social interaction. So in this first segment of this video, I want to talk about a specific personality you must demonstrate in order to dominate and show power and get the other person to warm up to you when you're meeting either for the first time or any part of the day. I noticed that a lot of teens, especially people my age, are so nervous and scared to talk to those around them, and especially with adults and people their own age. But if you demonstrate some specific qualities and personality traits, this will allow the other person who might be even really scared to talk to you feel as warm as well. I notice that most of us shiver and are rigid, but you must not do that because it makes you look weak and you want to be confident. You must smile and laugh at yourself. And a lot of people are afraid to laugh at themselves, but that just shows that you're just having this good personality. Smile and laughter is something that's so exciting to see in a person because many people go through life and they have many difficult days and just bad days that are just so sad. But if you have more energy than them, it turns out so well. Enthusiasm is really what gets you far in life. Also, feel free to be a little silly. Silliness and teasing always lightens the mood. An actress once in an interview told them if she could do something to lighten up the mood, and she straight up did the robot dance. And that kind of little lighthearted mood when something is tense, it kind of lightens the mood, lightens the mood in any circumstance. And that actress got the job 10 seconds later. And that's one of the success stories. And also position yourself next to the person when talking to them instead of forward, because it makes it look like you're in a team together. It allows them to slightly put their guard down. You can be powerful by having this bubbly personality that can go in a big way and showing indirect power and confidence in yourself. Active listening is a big one. That's tip number 2. And repeating phrases shows that you're engaging and understanding. I talked about this in one of my other videos, but listening always helps you understand the other person's goal. Repeating phrases or even dumbing down language for the other person to understand and saying words that are always encouraging makes them feel like they're being listened to. So always try to repeat words, try to guess what the other person's saying, and that goes a long way way makes you understand and can get you out of many harmful circumstances if you understand what the other person wants. Not what you want, but what the other person wants. It allows you to kind of cold read the person next once you figure out their plans. And it can give you clues to what the other person wants and prove to be an advantage in life-threatening times. It can come from all different angles, but if you choose the right one, for a specific person while being calm and composed and figure out what the other person wants instead of your own desire, it makes the other person feel good. And you at the end of the day have that power and confidence because you put the other person's needs before your own while talking to them. And at the end of the day, guys, it roots from empathy. Someone not sharing something, you can open up first and continue to be that active listener. It's the idea that if I show my weakness to someone, you might become vulnerable as well. Also with listening, if you describe a specific thing better than the actual person, it makes the person of interest feel like you got them. A real world example would be like you want something at customer service and the person gets so many calls and you be that one person that understands the pain that the customer service lady might give you, and then you get what you deserve even earlier if you understand and walk to that and step inside that person's shoes. Also, listening allows you and the other person to connect and give you power to anticipate the next move. So after you start listening and cold reading, you can at this point understand what makes people move and see how that can benefit you in the long run. This is tip number 3. We talked about empathy before, and I would like to define what it is. It's allowing you to see the world in their eyes and accepting everyone's belief about the world. After showing empathy, it puts you in the best interest. You can pace and lead and step into their shoes, like I mentioned before, asking questions like how I can feel in their circumstance if I was them. Like how can I, like if I was going through the same circumstance, what would happen to me? Trying to step into their emotional experiences and lead them with much less resistance. It allows you to be on the same team with them, and you can convince them to do something good that they never done before. You can follow up by giving someone a reputation that they want to follow, or also demonstrate small kindness with someone else's kindness. Also show minor courtesy, telling them thoughtful thing, that you're thoughtful, that you remember this, or something like that. So that something that shows that you really appreciate the work that they have done. Also people's stories. Stories always allow the other person to see from each perspective. Stories connects people and they live on forever. It's something that you guys can gauge, and if you can tell a story to someone and they literally like your story and see it from their perspective, you guys are already on the same team. So these are some of the ways where you can radiate confidence in a room. Well, I hope you guys learned how to radiate confidence, and I want to provide you with a recap on what we just learned and a few additional tips. The first tip is to build people up in the whole process and try not to make the other person feel uncomfortable. If they do try to switch the topic, or if they do try to switch the topic, kind of switch the topic with them if they feel uncomfortable. Or just laugh alongside of them. Be supportive. Be that supportive role. And rub off that happy energy. When you're in a high stress environment, have this downward inflection instead of an upward inflection. When you're talking, downward inflection makes you seem calm. And afterwards, I think the big one I learned, but also be comfortable with silence. That's another big one. When things occur, if you're silent, it allows you to show that you have that confidence and power, and you can let that settle in. So to summarize, first, demonstrate a behavior that's high in energy. Next, be an active listener and understand that the person who matters the most is not you, but the person in the conversation. And create options for yourself and do things you want to focus on. Confidence in yourself while also being humble is an admirable trait. Once you follow these tips and tricks, you will dominate in any environment. I hope you guys found this video interesting. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video to support the children of incarcerated parents. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!